Everyone, this is Ritika Sharma, teacher of Amp International School, Nayagaon, Kota. So kids, today we will be starting chapter 12, which name is A Greek Hero. So kids, the extract name is Perseus and Medusa. A long time ago, there lived a king called Acrisius in Greece. So there was a king whose name was Acrisius, was a Greek king. It was predicted that his grandson would kill him one day. So when his grandson Perseus was born, Acrisius locked him and his mother in a wooden chest and set it afloat. So one day it was predicted that Acrisius' grandson would kill him one day. When his grandson Perseus was born, Acrisius locked him and his mother in a wooden chest and set it afloat. And he locked them, his mother and Perseus. He locked them in a wooden box and set it afloat और उसको बहा दिया पानी में. The chest drifted to the kingdom of Polydix और जो box था it was drifted in the Polydix. कहाँ पे पहुँचा वो? पॉलिडिक्स किंगडम में. Who allowed them to live in his kingdom, जिनको अलाउ किया गया, मीन्स पर्सियस और उनकी मदर को अब जो पॉलिडिक्स था वहाँ पे वो रहने लग गए थे. However, when Perseus grew up to be a young man, King Polydix took a dislike to him and decided to get rid of him. So, however, when Perseus grew up to a young man, King Polydix did not like him and he decided to get rid of him. One day, मीन्स अब वो उससे पीछा छुड़ाना चाहते थे. किंग पॉलिडिक्स जो थे वो पर्सियस से पीछा छुड़ाना चाहते थे. वन डे पॉलिडिक्स क्लेम दैट पर्सियस हैड इंसल्टेड हिम. वन डे पॉलिडिक्स ने कहा कि जो पर्सियस है उसने मेरी इंसल्ट की है. हाउएवर ही कुड नॉट ऑर्डर हिज सोल्जर्स टू किल पर्सियस बिकॉज इट वुड ऑफेंड मैनी पीपल. हाउएवर वो अपने सोल्जर्स को ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकते थे टू किल पर्सियस बिकॉज जो सारे के सारे जो लोग थे उनकी जो लोग वहाँ पे जो किंगडम में जो लोग रहते थे वो उनसे गुस्सा हो जाते. बीइंग अ होस्ट, बीइंग अ किंग, इट वाज हिज ड्यूटी टू टेक केयर ऑफ हिज गेस्ट बिकॉज वो उनका गेस्ट होने के नाते, एक होस्ट होने के नाते ये उनकी ड्यूटी थी कि वो अपने गेस्ट की टेक केयर करें. सो ही डिसाइडेड टू गिव पर्सियस सच अ डेंजरस टास्क दैट ही वुड गेट किल्ड एनीवे. सो जो किंग पॉलिडिक्स से he decided to give a task that was very dangerous to Perseus also, and he thought that he would killed by himself. The task was to fetch the head of Medusa, and task जो था वो मेड्यूसा का जो सिर था वो लेकर आना था, मेड्यूसा का हेड लेकर आना था. She was one of the 3 Gorgon sisters, the most dreadful creatures in the world. जो मेड्यूसा थी वो 3 गॉर्गन सिस्टर्स में से एक थी. और ये जो गॉर्गन सिस्टर्स थे ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा ड्रेडफुल डेंजरस क्रीचर्स थे वर्ल्ड में. सो मेड्यूसा वॉज द मोस्ट हॉरिबल ऑफ दैम, एंड मेड्यूसा जो थी उन 3 सिस्टर्स में से बहुत ही ज़्यादा डेंजरस थी. इंस्टेड ऑफ हेयर शी हैड पॉइजनस स्नेक्स ऑन हर हैड. तो उसके सिर पे जो थे वो पॉइजनस स्नेक्स थे. anyone who looked at her, even it was by accidentally, who would immediately turn to stone. जो भी उसकी तरफ देखता था he would turn to a stone through the snakes, because of the snakes. Perseus was very worried. अब Perseus जो था वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा worried हो गया because Medusa जो थी वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा horrible creature थी, and जो Perseus था वो एक normal being था, human being था. He could not refuse to do the task as that would mean he was a coward. He could not refuse the task which was given to him because it would look like that he was a coward, and he cannot do that task. He could not fetch the head of Medusa. He prayed to the gods for help, so he decided to take help from the gods. thankfully the gods took pity on him and came to his aid. So thankfully उसने रिक्वेस्ट किया, उसके जो गॉड्स थे उनसे रिक्वेस्ट किया, एंड जो उसके गॉड्स थे वो उसको उनके ऊपर पिटी हो गया, पर्सियस के ऊपर पिटी आ गया, दया आ गई, एंड वो उसकी मदद करने के लिए, हेल्प करने के लिए आ गए. Hades gave him a Hades, one of the god, Hades gave him a helmet that would make him invisible. Hades god जो थे उन्होंने उसको एक helmet दिया that would make him invisible, and Athena gave him a shield with such a smooth surface that it could act as a mirror, and Jesus gave him a powerful sword. And जो Athena god थे उन्होंने gave him a shield, उन्होंने एक shield दिया उसको that would looks like एकदम बहुत ही ज़्यादा smooth surface था उसका, एंड दैट इट कुड एक्ट एज अ मिरर, और जो कि एक मिरर की तरह उसका यूज़ कर सकता था वो. एंड जीसस गेव हिम अ पावरफुल सॉर्ड, और जीसस ने उसको एक पावरफुल सॉर्ड दिया. हर्मेस the messenger of gods lent him his own winged shoes to help him fly. हर्मेस जो कि गॉड्स के मैसेंजर थे उन्होंने उसको शूज़ दिए, विंग्स वाले शूज़ दिए जो कि उसको फ्लाई करने में हेल्प करेंगे. With a heavy heart, Perseus' mother sent him off to find Medusa. And with heavy heart, his mother was so worried that he was thinking that Perseus would never come return. And Perseus' mother sent him off to find Medusa. Perseus was told that the only beings who knew where she could be found were the three wrinkly and ugly sisters, the Grey, who lived in a cliff top. And उनकी जो 3 sisters में से एक थी वो थी Grey, जो कि cliff top पे रहती थी. The sisters had only one eye, और जो sisters थी वो 2 sisters थी, उनके पास सिर्फ एक ही आई थी दोनों के बीच में, and one tooth among them, और उनके बीच में उन तीनों के बीच में एक टूथ था और एक आई था. When they heard Perseus coming, when the both sisters heard that Perseus was coming, they were so excited that one of them dropped the eye. बट और वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हो गई और उनकी वजह से उनकी जो आई थी वो गिर गई. Where's the eye? Now one of us can see. उन्होंने कहा कि अब हम में से कोई भी देख नहीं सकता. They wailed. वो बहुत तेज तेज चिल्लाने लगे. They were crying a lot of because उन्होंने कहा कि अब कोई भी उनको देख नहीं सकता. Perseus saw the eye on the ground and picked it up. Perseus ने तो वो आई देख ली एंड उसको उठा लिया. So Perseus said that I have your eye. Tell me, how can I find Medusa or I will throw it away? So he decided, said to the granite that you will have to tell the way that how can I find Medusa or I will throw it away, या फिर मैं इस आई को फेंक दूंगा. The sisters ने रिप्लाई किया, you must travel 3 days east and 2 days north, 1 day west and hour to the south. Now please give us back our eye. So सिस्टर ने रिप्लाई किया कि आपको 3 days ईस्ट की तरफ ट्रैवल करना होगा, 2 days आपको नॉर्थ की तरफ ट्रैवल करना होगा एंड 1 day आपको वेस्ट की तरफ ट्रैवल करना होगा और 1 hour के लिए आपको साउथ की डायरेक्शन में जाना होगा. नाउ सो Perseus gave the eye back and flew off, and thus Perseus जो थे उन्होंने आई दे दी उन सिस्टर्स को और वो flew off, वो उड़ गए वहाँ से. At last he came to the island where Medusa lived. At last he reached at the island where Medusa was living. He was lucky as Medusa was asleep when he landed some distance from her. Medusa, when he reached at the island, Medusa was sleeping and he was feeling lucky that Medusa was sleeping because अगर वो जगी हुई होती तो वो of course उससे लड़ती and वो बहुत ज़्यादा powerful भी थी उससे. So he could hear the snakes on her hand hissing, spitting. So when Medusa was sleeping, उसके जो snakes थे वो same time पे नहीं सोते थे and जो snakes थे उन्होंने guess कर लिया तो उनको sense हो गया था that Perseus जो है वो उनके पास आ रहा है. However, they could not see him because of the magic helmet. So उनको feel हो गया था, उनको sense हो गया था कि जो Perseus है वो उनके पास में आ रहा है. But he could not see him. They could not see him because of the magic helmet जो कि उनको दिया था gods ने, one of the gods who had given the magic helmet. उसकी वजह से वो उनको दिख नहीं पा रहा था. As he crept closer, he saw many statues of stone who had been turned to stones. जैसे ही वो उनके पास आता गया, when he was going closer to Medusa, he saw many statues who had been turned into stones. Perseus wondered how he was going to behead Medusa without looking at her. So Perseus was thinking that how he fetched the head of Medusa without looking at her, because जब वो उसकी तरफ देखेगा तो obviously वो stone का बन जाएगा. So he was thinking. Then he remembered his shiny shield. Then suddenly he remembered about his shiny shield who had given one of the gods. So he decided to use it as a mirror. तो उन्होंने जो Perseus थे उन्होंने shield को as a mirror use करने का decision लिया. Looking at her in the shield, Perseus swung his sword and cut her head off. And जैसे ही मेड्यूसा ने शील्ड में देखा, and he just cut off her head, and the snakes however did not die. और जो snakes थे वो फिर भी नहीं die हुए थे, dead हुए थे. So taking great care, he put the head in a sack to take it to the kingdom of Polydex. And मेड्यूसा का हेड कट हो चुका था, and he kept it in a box and was taking it to the king Polydex. So as Perseus was flying over the sea in his magic shoes, he saw a girl changed to a rock and a huge monster swimming towards her. As Perseus was going to the Polydex kingdom, he saw a girl who was chained to a rock and a huge monster was swimming towards her. He flew swiftly down to the girl. She told him she was a princess who had been offered to the sea monster to appease the sea spirit. So जैसे ही वो उस लड़की के पास पहुंचा, she told to Perseus that she was a princess जिसको भेज दिया गया है sea spirits के पास, sea monsters के पास. Her mother, because her mother had offended them by boasting that she Andromeda was more beautiful than they, because she was क्योंकि जो उनकी mother थी, Andromeda was a princess, जो उनकी मदर थी वो ये सोचती थी that she was beautiful than me. So उन्होंने इसलिए उनको sea spirits के पास भेज दिया था. So Andromeda was truly lovely and Perseus fell in love with her. Andromeda जो थी वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छी थी, and he freed her by the monster to stone using Medusa's head and the helmet of invisibility. And जो Perseus था उसने जो Andromeda थी उसको फ्री कर दिया. कैसे? मॉन्स्टर को स्टोन में कन्वर्ट करके, मेड्यूसा का हेड यूज़ करके, और जो हेलमेट था, इनविजिबल हेलमेट था, उसको यूज़ करके उसने एंड्रोमेडा को यूज़ कर दिया और जो मॉन्स्टर था उसको स्टोन बना दिया. देन दे वेंट टू द किंग, हर फादर हु एग्रीड टू लेट देम मैरी. एंड देन व्हेन दे रीच्ड टू द किंगडम of Andromeda, her father agreed to let them marry. After their marriage, Perseus and Andromeda set out for Polydex kingdom. और जो Andromeda थे और Perseus थे वो बाद में Polydex kingdom पहुँचे. When they arrived at the palace, they found at the king and his courtiers amusing themselves by teasing Perseus' mother. And when they arrived at the palace, they found that the courtiers and many people were making fun of Perseus' mother, and they told her that her son would never return alive. And they were telling to her mother that his son would never return alive. Perseus was so angry that instead of giving Polydex Medusa's head in the sack, he took it out and showed it to him and his courtiers. They all turned to stone. So जब वो आ रहा था पॉलिटिक्स किंगडम में, ही वॉज थिंकिंग कि वो जाकर मेड्यूसा का हेड जो है अपने जो किंग है उनको दे देगा. बट व्हेन ही फाउंड दैट द पर्सन वर मेकिंग फन ऑफ हर मदर, सो उसने वो जो हेड था वो बाहर निकाला और जितने भी कॉर्टियस थे उनको स्टोन में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. पर्सियस देन गेव मेड्यूसा's हेड टू द गॉडेस एथेना एंड रिटर्न द वेपन ही हैड यूज्ड टू किल द मेड्यूसा. सो पर्सियस ने फिर जो मेड्यूसा का हेड था वो गॉडेस एथेना को दे दिया एंड जो वेपन्स थे वो भी उनको रिटर्न कर दिए. सो दैट वाज द स्टोरी ऑफ Perseus and Medusa. Hope you understood it. Thank you.